Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. Eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I'm hoping this is good, but it's definitely an odd one. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm in my back room today, which means you get Peter Pan Thunderbolt poster. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm doing something else. I don't know how to break this to you. I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Son Goku shirt. I like this shirt. I have no idea what it says, other than, maybe, to be fair, maybe it just says Son Goku. I don't know, but I cannot read kanji of any type. But yeah, I'm not even going to presume that you're not aware of what Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is and all that stuff. It basically was, I don't think it's, an overstatement to say that it's basically the anime that helped bring anime to the world. Obviously anime had existed long before it. It will continue to exist, long after it. But it really was the anime that basically everybody grabbed onto, I know for me personally, I grew up watching it. It was on UPN. Sometimes you would get it early mornings on the weekend. But it would always stop because they only had the license to do so many episodes. So they'd get to that episode with where Goku was supposed to go up against Jason Birder, and then it would all start over again. But finally, we got Toonami, and then, eventually Adult Swim, and it just landed. It's an iconic anime. Sadly, the creator passed away earlier this year in 2024, Akira Toriyama. That's when I got the shirt, because it just felt appropriate. But anyway, folks, what am I trying for today? Why is it weird? What are we doing here? Folks, if we're in the back room, there's a good chance, I'd say probably about a 50% chance, that I'm reviewing something that's instant noodle related. I review a lot of that stuff. So much so I have an entire playlist called Ramen Reviews, which is where this is going to end up, even though it's not exactly ramen, but kind of is. What is it, folks? Why is it weird? It happens to be, boom! It's Pozole! Instant Pozole! Yes! Un Sabador Authentico, an authentic flavor, instant ramen noodle soup, Pozole, natural and artificial flavor. And then it's got nice little, beautiful Senorita cartoon character. Apparently this is from CIELO Fresh Foods, I guess. And Viva Mexico. Yeah, okay. I'm both surprised that this exists and not at all. Because I know that, it's a big thing, hell, everybody likes fucking instant ramen. So it's not surprising that, as time has gone by, they've, gone over there and, branched out besides just that. You can get noodle soups and, other stuff. I've reviewed some of it. Go look up that playlist. But Pozole, I have to admit I wasn't expecting that. Pozole, by the way, is amazing. It is, one of the best soups you can ever have. I love to get it when I have the opportunity to. It's usually kind of like a weekend thing that Mexican restaurants will make, though some will have it available throughout the week. So when I saw that they had an instant version, sure. Now this one, you can go over there, you can either do it on the stovetop or you can do the microwave. I did it on the stovetop to give it the best possible chance. It's got some mix-in stuff, it's even got a little oil, so we're going to give it a shot. First and foremost, we're going to go over there, we're going to get a thing for the thing, so that, and by the way, it came with a little fork thing, so looks like this. Ha 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 ha! Sure. And, yeah. Because otherwise I would have used my chopsticks, but yeah. We'll use the fork. Okay. Noodles are a little bit thin. It's not inherently a bad thing or anything, but they just, especially, I just got through doing some plant-based instant noodles. Go look up that reviews from some Chef Woo or something like that. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting because those had kind of a thicker substance to them. These are definitely thinner noodles, but again, not like a big issue or something, just to note. There is a lot of flavor in this. Usually, I shouldn't say usually, but it's not uncommon that the noodles themselves don't carry much flavor, even, in relation to the broth. But these have definitely soaked up a good amount of the broth flavor. And I mean, when you go to eat them, like these are really tasty. And it's definitely a very different flavor than I've ever had from an instant ramen. Um, Very savory. It's I know like there's like some herbs mixed in there. Maybe that's like some cilantro, which yeah, actually that would make sense because it has kind of a cilantro kind of flavor to it a little bit. Yeah, I think it's probably cilantro. There's a little bit of a heat to it, not much though. Like it's not like a spicy thing, but you get a little heat at the back of your throat. There's a lot of depth of flavor in it. Like this is some good stuff. I'm gonna try some of the broth just by itself, kind of get a yeah, kind of savory, kind of herby. Um, yeah, it's good. It has like I said, it has sort of a depth of flavor. It also has kind of a freshness. Like again, I think from like the herbs and stuff. Like again, I'm guessing sort of a cilantro. It's also a little bit of an acidity, a little bit, and I'm almost wondering if there's like a little bit of like a citrus kind of element to it. Like maybe like a little bit. Who knows? Maybe that's what the fucking the oil stuff was or whatever. Maybe it's like a little bit of like a lime oil or something like that. Because it definitely has like a zestiness, like a zing. It's rather good. Like I like this quite a bit. I would say the weakest point are just again, I feel like the noodles could be a little bit more substantial, but that's not saying much. Overall, it's good and it's tasty. I like it. I think it's interesting because, like I said, I've never had an instant ramen like this. But three questions have to be asked. Three, not two. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Does it taste like pozole? I'm gonna go with yes, kinda yes, and sorta ish, but not really. So I'm gonna tie in the third one into the first one. I like the overall flavor of it. I like the depth. I like the herbiness. I like the zestiness of it, and I like that it doesn't taste like any other, instant ramen that I've had. I'm the type of person, I'm a little bit lazy. Not gonna lie. I usually, especially after a long day at work, like I don't want to go over there and like do a bunch of cooking. I eat out a lot. I like to do things that are simple, and stuff like instant noodles are my savior in that regard. That's why it works so well for this format. Um, it's nice, even though I have favorites, ones that I always go back to. It's nice to have a variety on offer. And one of the cool things about this show is it's allowed me to go over there and try out so many other interesting varieties. And I think that this fits in really nicely. I think probably, and I do have another one that's similar to this that I'm going to be reviewing, not today, but eventually. I think I'll try that one with the microwave option, see, kind of how it, differs in terms of quality, if it's a, significant difference or not. Because if it's not, then I'd probably just do it the microwave way and just, real quick and easy. But I like it. The only thing is, it does not particularly remind me of pozole. Pozole, and to be fair, pozole can be done different ways. I've had fresh, I've had like homemade pozole that was very different than the restaurant stuff. Um, I think there's elements to it again, kind of some of the herbiness, some of the depth, but like, I, it doesn't have the richness, and which it's an instant ramen, obviously, but like I don't know, I just to me, I'm not saying the flavor profile is entirely dissimilar, but it's not. I wouldn't. I don't think I would try this and instantly my brain would go to pozole. I think it's one of those things where my brain has to kind of wrap my head around a little bit and try to negotiate with it for it to be pozole. So Yeah, but I do like it. I just wish it tasted a little bit closer to what I know Pozole to taste as. If I'm recommending it, then it kind of works different ways. I like it. I think it's really tasty and good. And in that regard, I think if you're somebody like me, who, for you, again, maybe you're just the type of person where, yeah, you just want to have stuff on offer to, quick meals and stuff. I think this is a really nice addition to, a nice little cupboard or pantry. It gives you another option, another flavor profile, and it's a really nice flavor profile. But if you're expecting anything that tastes particularly like authentic pozole, yeah, I don't know. And to be fair, maybe I'm completely off base with this. I don't count myself as a pozole expert or anything. I just really like it when I have it. But it doesn't taste particularly similar to me. But again, it's not a million miles away. Just probably like a couple hundred. So as a result, like recommending it is like, I'll recommend it because it's good, but not so much because it tastes like I think it tastes like pozole. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year. Folks, go over there and have themselves a truly pozole-tastic rest of your life. Because, pozole is so good. So good. Every so often, my supervisor, his sister, will go over there and make, like, fresh pozole. And sometimes he'll bring some in for me because he knows how much I like it. So, he's a good dude. We occasionally butt heads. Because we're both, we just kind of were opinionated about certain things. And sometimes I don't agree with him, and sometimes he doesn't agree with me, but, good dude overall. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion of pozole? Have you tried it before? Is it something you're interested in? Do you hate it? Different people, different opinions. I absolutely love it. I already liked menudo, which is another kind of Mexican style soup. I was already a big fan of that. And then when I finally had pozole for the first time, it's kind of, for me, it's kind of like that, but even better. And I fell in love. So I don't have it nearly as much as I should, though. I probably shouldn't, but it's so tasty. Anyway,